Lord Styles, Rosenberg, we here. Ebro in the morning. Give it up. Dancehall sensation, reggae superstar, Konshens. Can we say that? Can we say that?
Yeah, you can.
We can say that.
Small scale.
Small scale.
Yeah.
But you're hot out here. There's a couple things we got to cover off
Am
today,
I?
too. I mean, yeah. Your name rings.
Really?
Yeah, when we had you at the reggae show last year, like, everybody was like, yo, you got Konshens? That's it.
Yeah.
What do they say? How they say it? Sell off.
Sell off.
Sell off, exactly. That's right, Ebro.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take that.
You take it.
Yeah.
Where exactly are you from in Jamaica?
Kingston, Jamaica, Sherlock Crescent.
Okay. And I want to play, you got a new record that we're going to get to, right? You want to play for the people. But we got to talk about my comments that I made and Mr. Vegas's comments and Drake and da-da-da-da-da. But no, I want to talk about it because here's the thing.
What were your comments, though?
I said that Drake has opened the door for dancehall and Afrobeat. That's what I said.
He's trolling.
But I knew that people would be upset because it's Drake and he's not an artist of that culture. He's just a fan.
Yeah.
And Mr. Vegas obviously doesn't like how Drake didn't credit Beanie Man, and on the album version of the song, Popcaan is not on the song, right? So he wasn't a fan of that. But, you know, I didn't get into it at the time, but my rebuttal would have been that Assassin also, Agent Sasco, didn't get credited on Kanye's records on Yeezus. And he used them in there. And Kanye also used a sample of Beanie Man on Yeezus. But that's a whole other conversation. Because when Drake does something, people get super sensitive.
Yeah, it's bigger and it's louder.
And I have my own theories
And
on
Kanye just sampled Bum Bum on Famous.
Yeah, and he didn't credit Sister Nancy. But that's a different conversation.
And Popcaan answered, remember when he told Mr. Vegas that he should leave the young people alone. That's his fight.
Mind your business. But I wanted to ask you, Konshens.
That's where I think we should start.
Yeah.
Like, boy, every time when I mention Mr. Vegas, it's a problem for me. But in all honesty, I think, first of all, Popcaan, Beanie Man, they're all grown men, and they're not punks, and if them have a problem, we'll hear about it. So let's hear from them first before anybody else be the defender of the earth or, you know, try to say I'm representing all of dancehall music and all of that. You know what I mean? I think we don't know the type of business that went down with the album and the behind the scenes and what the management team did. So we can't target the artist and say the artist's responsibility was to make sure that dancehall get credit. Like, when I think of Drake's responsibility that. You know what I mean? And that's all it is for me. You understand? I don't know what kind of business happened behind the scenes. And, you know, this is really a business.
But I want to take it a step further because you're artists that have been around active, what you say, last 4 or 5 years has been your real active time. And the reason I said that way was because here at Hot 97, we've played a lot of dancehall and reggae music over the years. And for the last several years, I feel like the records by the artists that are putting them out, they're not getting the shine I feel like they deserve as frequently. Like, I feel like the last, like, big tunes was Cranium's record. And before that, maybe Serrani. But it's been, like, kind of hit and miss. And then you have...
Egyptian.
But Egyptian was a while ago, right? And then you have, like, a crew like Major Lazer, and shout to Diplo and Jillionaire and those guys that are putting dancehall even on the top 40, right?
Yeah.
That, in my mind, that's taking dancehall back to a place that it hasn't been. And reggae music that it hasn't been in a long time. Drake doing this Controller record opens a door, and people was like, well, why didn't you say again? Well, now y'all just being sensitive.
Yeah,
right?
Well,
now you just being sensitive.
You could put it like that, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. People don't listen to just beats. You know, I mean, Major Lazer and these artists and even Justin Bieber, they're singing on the beats, but they're not singing in patois.
That's right.
You understand? So people can understand. Hot 97 can understand things from the core and things from the hardcore side of Jamaica. But the other radio stations out in the different markets, them, like, people need to know what you're saying. You know what I mean? So if I say Gala Bubble, it's a big song in the core, but white people way out in Kansas or wherever, they don't know. They can't even search it.
That was a big record too, by the way.
And huge in Kansas. How dare you, Konshens?
Wisconsin, that was ringing. Galileo Bubble.
But in the core, but not you won't find it in mainstream or in everybody household because they don't know what it's saying. You know what I mean? And a song like Do Something, Mr. Vegas said broke it down. People don't know what that means.
Yeah, it was big for us here in New York. It was
because
big in
we know
Miami.
the core and we are hardcore and we're the dancehall and the grassroots, but if we sing what people don't understand, there's no way it's gonna get bigger than in the core.
So do you appreciate what's happening right now as
Hell
an
yeah.
artist that Bieber is on a beat that sound, that Major Lazer and them made, and that you have Drake using Popcaan and being like that brings? Do you appreciate
Yeah,
that?
it brings attention, and I think it more than bringing attention to dancehall from the outside. I think it really shows the dancehall artists that this is a music that we created, and we should be making this type of music where people can understand.
Are you sorry, Rosemary, one more question. I've recently also been frustrated with a lot of artists that, they're like dancehall artists, but they're trying to be rappers instead of dancehall artists. And I'm like, but that's the essence of it all right there. Like, we can't lose that.
It's younger people. Like there was gangster rap, now there's trap.
Yeah.
And it's younger people and the different influences, and people are singing where them live. And they're singing about what they know.
I'm old, I get
Yeah, there you go. So you won't find an artist come out that's 19 singing some stuff that Biggie would do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So time.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised that a man named Konshens is rather thought out. His words.
Conscience?
Yeah, it's like he has a conscience. Sometimes, Lee.
Yeah, when I'm not drinking.
Now, Vegas did say one thing though that I thought. No. I'm not going to listen about Vegas. It's about the point. Which same conversation. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But he said one thing that I thought made sense to me in terms of this conversation, and I agree. I see things on both sides. I see Ebro making a point about people should be happy that the music's being made because it creates opportunity.
Yeah, we should just be enjoying the fact that it's
there.
It's there. It's
Now,
a conversation.
I agree with that. However, as Vegas pointed out, and it's true, we can't forget there have been moments where the biggest artist in the world, Beyonce, took someone like Sean Paul and put them on a record, like really put them on the record.
Right.
And that makes an impact. It creates an artist. Like Sean Paul's career changed.
But Sean Paul already had top 40 records at
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah, it's
when
true.
she did.
Let's not
Sean
forget
Paul
that.
was massive.
But the thing is-
Beyonce was trying to stay. I mean,
But the thing is, right now, no one's.
win-win.
But here's the hard part: is right now, over the last few years in dancehall, no one has become mainstream massive.
Yeah.
No one. There's not a dancehall artist in the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, maybe more. Maybe since Sean Paul,
That went to that
That
level.
went to that level.
I think right now, the record labels are scared. Yeah, I think they're more signing singles instead of artists. So them sign an artist based off the success of his single in the core, and they think that it will translate into the mainstream, but they really don't know the artist and how to market the artist. So then basically they're shooting blind.
Is there a hands down biggest post Cartel? Who's the biggest dancehall artist in Jamaica, or is it still Cartel even with him? gone?
Vibes Cartel. That were the biggest, if you say the hottest.
Okay, how about
it
the
makes
hottest?
The hottest. You have a little youth named Alkaline, a little youth named Popcaan.
Yeah, Popcaan.
Seeing them, they're the hot man, them,
Okay.
But if you want to talk about the biggest, that's a long list. Like, there's no one person for me who is the biggest. Yeah, Vibes Cartel big, in his time, and my artist that. But we got to about Bounty Killer, being a man, still in the game, Sizzler.
Buju.
Yeah, so that's a long list.
Yeah, of course. And those ones stay eternal. Those ones always are big.
Them one that can't move.
Legends.
Them can't
Shaba.
move.
Shout to Shaba.
Can't move. Super Cat can't move.
Remember when Supercat showed up at the reggae show?
Yeah. So biggest
Fire.
and the artist who is current now, you can't try and make it sound like it's one thing.
Yeah, I like the conversation. I just think Ebro's a troll.
Yeah, facts. I'm old.
And
facts.
it's just weird because
But I also know
Drake-
that Drake
if
is
Drake
a
wasn't-
polarizing figure.
he is. But if Drake wasn't half white, he
He
was all white. What would we be saying about it?
Same
because-
thing. I think the same thing.
Yeah.
I think the
see-
same thing.
I think it's very
Yeah.
easy. The line gets very blurry of what is giving to the culture and what is taking
so then
from
go the
the
other
culture.
way.
But
Go the
why
other
should
way.
we care? The thing is, all right, I don't want people to get the impression that we're in Jamaica, all angry that Drake is in Jamaica acting like Jamaican and stealing. Nobody cares really.
And I think people also know that in Toronto there's a large West Indian
Exactly.
population.
Nobody cares.
That's
And do
I feel
people
where
like
the
it? Do
influence
people
comes from?
Do people appreciate that
I
people
don't
are
think-
emulating
I don't
Jamaican
think
culture?
I don't think it's at the level where people are like, yeah, this is great for us. We don't care. You know what I mean? People we like Drake music, whether he's in Jamaica acting like a Jamaican or if he's out. We don't care. We just love music.
I'm gonna tell you what they do care about in Jamaica right now. Last time I was there, if I saw this commercial one more time, you're thieving and stealing and scamming. You know those commercials that they run about the scam artists? Have you seen it? You gotta see that. Wait, commercial all the time.
What are those
Scamming
commercials
and
for?
thieving. Call and then they give you a number if somebody's running like credit card scams, because I guess the credit card scam is like a big problem.
Yo, we
in
need that
Jamaica.
audio. We can put that on the show.
I've been looking for this commercial because I want to play it. Because you know the swipies is big. You know credit card scams is big. But I guess what's ended up happening in Jamaica, I don't know, Konshens, do you know anything about this?
I have no clue, man.
You never see these
No.
commercials?
You've seen the commercial.
I have
asking
no
you the
clue about
commercial.
the scamming thing, man.
No.
Just the commercial.
Just the commercial.
No.
You never
never
heard the
seen the
commercial?
commercial?
Seen the
No.
commercial?
I'm gonna have to
Thieving
watch
and
TV.
scamming. The I guess Western Union has like shut down certain
So
things.
that's a while now, though.
Yeah, that's been going on for several years, right? Where Western Union, you can't.
Like there's certain parts of Jamaica you can't use Western Union. You can't access more than a certain amount of money. You need like 2 or 3 IDs to get money. So it's really crazy.
How old are you?
It's because of the thieving.
Because
and
of
I'm
that.
scamming.
19, man.
Are you really 19?
Yeah.
No. You're close though. What are you? Early 20s?
Yeah, late.
Late 20s. Okay. Do you
Call him
feel
30. Let's round up 30.
Let's-
Can you
Yeah,
be 30?
30.
Let's be 30.
Yeah.
Let's
So
be 30.
wait,
30,
Why
so-
not?
so, and how long you been making records?
Since 05 or 06, yeah.
So when you got in for the first couple years of your career, you were still pressing up 7 inches?
No.
Never. So
I
when
was
you got in
never
the
a part of that, no.
really, do you feel like you missed anything?
Hell yes.
Like, do you wish you were part of that? Like, you go if you go find a stash of Jamaican reggae records, you'll be like, damn, all the artists you mentioned earlier, the legends, have literally hundreds and hundreds of these records just everywhere, and it's a part of the culture that's kind of not really done anymore.
Yeah, I've never seen that part of the culture.
And
I
you
have hundreds and hundreds of songs on hard drives and
SoundCloud,
and discs and
Flash drive.
yeah,
Flash drive.
Yeah.
the worst times. Yeah, when music not selling and everybody's scared of dancehall music.
Did you come
Why-
up?
Wait. Time out. What do you mean scared?
Yeah, well, yeah. What is
Scared
it?
of Jamaican artists, I should say.
Why?
I don't know. We just spoke about that with the labels. They're afraid.
I just
Now
wanna see-
there is an issue. I didn't understand when you said afraid. I was thinking that they were afraid maybe to take the risk financially because the music doesn't sell or that's downloaded illegally. I didn't know that you were saying that they were actually afraid of the dance.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
culture.
They're afraid because they really don't know how to market an artist from Jamaica. You know what I mean? I think most labels think it's easy to find maybe an American guy who can sing like a Jamaican and market it.
It's interesting too you say that because another part of the problem, we book our annual reggae show here at Hot 97, but a part of the problem that we've seen over the last several years is the inability of artists to travel to the United States to even go to Miami for, best of the best, or come here to New York or whatever the festivals are with the visa problem. Now, why is it particularly hard for Jamaican artists to come to America, but they can go to the UK, they can go to Canada? Can you speak to what that is? Is there something between the governments?
Well, not right now. It's if it's hard to come to the US right now, it's hard to go to the UK and to Canada because they're like linking up. And
is that the Jamaican government doing that?
no. That's the US government and they all together with the Canadian and the UK.
But I've also
it's
heard
because-
instances where the Jamaican government says, I don't like your music content or I don't like this, and so you can't travel.
No.
That's
Never.
false.
No.
Got it.
No. And that thing there really, it's heavy, because you find, say, I've never opened a show for a bigger artist. And from 2008 till now, I've been trying, I have to be packing the venues and, you know what I
Doing it
mean?
yourself.
Yeah. And I feel like I miss out because of that. I've never seen, the impact of a bigger artist after me. You know what I mean? Unless I'm a Hot 97 reggae tape or something.
Yeah.
So on tour, I've never opened a show. I've never toured with a bigger artist than me. So I have to basically learn and do everything myself. And that is one of the things where it really killing dancehall culture, you understand, from a business standpoint, because people expect the impact of dancehall from the 90s and the 2000s. But if the giant, them from them time, they can't travel. Yeah, I have the backpack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to carry the load
Yeah.
yourself. And you can't collaborate and move with the other artists.
Yeah.
I think Popcaan, that's a cat everybody been trying to get to travel.
he can't travel.
Can't travel.
If you get a visa,
It's on.
yeah.
It's good. Good
Yeah, man,
looks.
for everybody.
Now, I'm very green to this whole thing. So when you're booking acts for like on the reggae tip, can they get some kind of like if it's specifically for that show? Can they can't? So it doesn't even matter.
Nah.
Damn.
Ain't no like, oh, you can go do this work for
Right.
2 days and come
right back.
Nope.
No.
Nah, no work release program.
Wish.
That
No.
would be
No work
beautiful.
visa.
No work visa. Now, yo, let's get to this records though. The Chainsmokers remix of our very own
yeah.
Dom the Bomb. Konshens is on that.
I know.
So we gotta
Crazy.
get that on for the people. And then you got your new single too.
Yeah, I got a few. Which one
Are you gonna start
talking
drinking
about?
right now?
Maybe.
He's
Pouring a little
cracking-
Avion
he's
and
cracking
the
the
coffee.
Avion, no.
He's an
Early.
artist.
Well,
Well,
what's the-
artist
Yo,
is.
you can't just put on a liquor in front of me, so.
The what? I thought the one we were was it Brookhaven?
Broke off your back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that the newest record that everybody's supposed to be
Yeah.
focused on?
Yeah, that's the one that everybody's focused on right now. In the
Is that the one you want us to play right now?
Yeah, you can play that one.
Look, he doesn't even care. He's like, whatever. I'm hot out here. I'm
It's
about
a
to-
gift, man. No, it's not a hot thing, you know. What you want no. You see, dancehall music in the core, I think it's so organic that I don't want to sound like a show off, but I've been in that spot with the Gala Bubble and they do something and then broke off. But really and truly, I want to take it to another level. So I want to be in this chair talking about one of these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plaques.
So it's like, I love it, and I love it as a Jamaican and as a dancehall artist, but I want more. So it starts seem like, okay, it's a great song, we love it, and it's going to be crazy this summer, and I'm happy. But I'll talk about it in Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think you understood when he said no. I mean, at the end, I don't think you. When you said yes, I
But-
think you were
but
lying.
do
No,
you understand?
he wants it to be big outside of Jamaica.
Got it.
They already talk about it in Jamaica.
No, not necessarily that song.
See, I told you didn't get it.
Yeah, you didn't get it, man.
So wait, what did I miss?
You done know. It's not.
I don't.
No, he
I know.
normally-
I literally
you
don't know.
Not you
Don't
done
know.
know.
You know what I mean? And you don't know is like the carnival is over, whether you understand it or not.
Exactly.
No, but really and
don't know.
truly is like I said before.
I'm gonna
lab-
start using really and
labels
truly.
are
Really and truly is
signing-
Mage.
Amazing.
Big talk.
Yeah, the labels them assign songs now instead of artists, and
Right.
I'm tired of that. I want to be the person that opens the door again for a label to sign an artist. You know
Not
what I
just
mean?
a song.
Not just a song.
Not a single deal.
A single deal is good if you're really interested in the artist and know the artist. And you say, all right, let's test it out. But for a label sign, broke off your back, we're gonna get like a Vegas situation where it's gonna be really big. Hot 97 is gonna play it. It's gonna be played in the core markets, but it will never ever be one of these. One of these.
And you want to, you're aiming to be one of
And I
those.
have this-
and
and
like
I
I said, bigger than just a Jamaican artist. Like
Yeah.
you want to be a mainstream artist.
Yeah.
He's after the gold and after that the platinum.
Yeah.
And after that,
Hurricane G, she packs the gats on.
that didn't work in this one.
What?
No, it's a ref.
It's a
Redman.
reference to a rap song. Never mind. Look, Konshens is his name. Give it up for Konshens,
Yo,
man.
big
Great
up.
talk.